and the green flag waves, and already we've got a massive crash. The racetrack completely blocked.
Wow, this has got huge consequences for the start of this race and the championship. You see Olivier Beretta there. Oh, very, very angry about what happened to his Ferrari.
That's from on board the number 17, Team Falcon Tire Porsche. It is messed up. The number 06, the white Porsche to driver's left. Massive damage there. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of race cars torn up here. And we haven't even gotten to the green flag. On board in the P2 category. And you've got an LMP Challenge car, the black and blue LMP Challenge car thrown in there. And now
we got another wreck. And another wreck.
This stacks up the field. It's an LMP2 car in with an LMP Challenge car.
Right there at the front. And I think that was Ed Brown in one of the cars.
And they're stacked up. Ed Brown.
Here we go. We see right here, a little bit of contact. Around they go.
That sends Chris Cummings in the blue and orange prototype into the tire wall. Ed Brown in the green and black prototype stays hooked up with him and can't get loose. There it is from down track. And now everybody else just stacked up behind, could not get by. On board with Ed Brown. Just clips the left rear, turns Cummings sideways, and now he's hooked up. Look at him shake his head. On board the number 3 Corvette.
Now he's starting to look outside. Everyone stops.
He makes contact with the 91 Viper, so Garcia. Result of the stack up, Ed Brown having work done to his car. GT cars in as well. Jamie, tell us more.
Well, Flying Lizard Motorsports has their points leading the championship, points leading number 45 in for the second pit stop. You can see the fluid leaking out of the radiator right now. Spencer Pompelli did get behind the wheel of the car, but when he took off from pit lane, it was fluid everywhere. So this is going to be costly both here today, possibly even in the championship. But also pit stops that we saw, both of the Corvettes, the number 3 and the number 4 came in. Tommy Milner now behind the wheel of the number 4.
Garcia behind the wheel of the 3. Pit entry is to the right. He's waiting for the call. Do I not?
Worst situation in the world when you're the driver, because you're waiting for your crew chief to tell you, pit. Now you've got to back up, do a 360, but this is even worse, okay? You run over your teammate's hose exiting the pit. Not your fault as the driver, it's the fault of the number 93 car, but you've got to come in. And
on board with Maxime Martin. Watch right in front. The curb. He goes over it and gets sideways. He lands on the railroad track.
There. He hit those curves so hard. He just hasn't found the rhythm. You know, chicanes are all about a rhythm. Right now, the 55 car doesn't have it.
Now talk about through the chicane, but it just got out of shape on the railroad tracks, being hounded by the number 3 Corvettes. His bumper is loose. You saw a little bit of lockup, and man, the pressure being put on right now by Jan Magnussen is intense. The bumper about to depart.
Well, and you can hear Magnussen, I think, on the radio complaining about it. Yeah, they got to let him go. He's got to let him go. That's the, you know, I'm surprised that they allowed the BMW to stay out that long with a bit that big.
Well, the problem is the bumper.
Concerned that the damage has been done already. So Bill is absolutely paying attention here. BMW, being BMW, don't share with me a lot right now, but certainly it was cause for concern.
Well, we're gonna, and a problem for Magnussen in the chicane.
Way out of shape, big time into those tires, rips up the right front fender there. And now he's going to probably have to go to the pits.
We talked about the chicane. You talked about desperation on the way in. How big a risk do you take at Baltimore? If you get out of shape, you will be bitten by one of these walls or by the... Indeed, it was. No, it was the 01. No, that's the 02. The black and green with the green mirrors. That is the 02.
But yeah, Magnussen moving to the inside, taking an aggressive move going into turn 1. How they got by the BMW, I don't know. But the gloves are off between the manufacturers, the number 3 car. Pulling it off, getting by the BMW and the number 4.
I think they got stacked up when Ed Brown had last curbing, and it really upset the car. And now Bruno Junqueira upset because he's made contact with the wall. I think that passed Tommy Milner. Now take a look. Ed Brown slides a little wide. Boom. The white prototype, the number 6, has to slow behind. The BMW has to check up. But the Corvettes get a pretty clean run through, and that's what gives Magnussen the momentum down into turn 1 from on board with Ed Brown. That stacks up the field. On board right now, the 56, Dirk Mueller. It all goes
Everyone
bad.
stacks. He gets into the back of Lucas Luhr there.
And a year ago, that's March, 1 year ago, but he is an incredibly talented driver. He's got a problem.
Something broke. That's, again, the chicane of misery causing more misery. Dane Cameron, one of America's best talented young guys. Goodbye. Now, hopefully he can get that thing to a safe area because you'd hate to see this race finish under caution. He did a great job saving that.
Let's take a look at how Halen does it.
Fakes left, goes right. Dig it. All right, and you know what? Edwards had that coming. He was blocking for a long time. Andy Lally takes advantage.